Hi students, welcome to my channel Doctor's Physics. In this video we are going to solve few problems in free falling body and vertically projected body. After solving 3 or 4 problems, you will see the concept on projection of a body from a tower. Okay, we will see the first problem. Okay, see here. The body takes t1 seconds. The body takes t1 seconds to fall from a building to ground. The body takes t1 seconds to fall from a building to ground. Okay, now see here. The body is stopped at time. The body is stopped at time t2 seconds. The body is stopped at time t2 seconds, and again it is left freely. See here, I left the body and it takes t1 seconds to reach the ground. But what happened when I left it? And after time t2 seconds, I catch the body and again I left the body. Now they told to find the time. Find the time from that point to ground. Okay, there is the question. See the question. Read the question. The body takes t1 seconds to fall from the building to ground. The body is stopped at time t2 seconds and again it left freely. Now what is the time taken by the body from that point to ground? That means here. This is surface and this height of the tower some h. Height of the building some h. Now it is when it is left freely, the time taken by the body to come, total distance is t1. But what happened? They catch the body after traveling certain distance h1 and the time is t2. And again now here the body is left freely again. That means here again the initial velocity becomes 0. Again the body takes some time t3 to reach the ground. I told to find this t3, that's all. Now see here, when the body is moving from here to here, what is the distance traveled by the body? The displacement traveled by the body is h. When the body is traveling from here to here, what is the distance? h1. And from here to here, what is h? That is h2. Therefore, h is always equal to h1 plus h2. Therefore, you can use that. h is always equal to h1 plus h2. Now, what is h? What is the distance traveled by the body in time t1? That is nothing but h is nothing but s is nothing but ut plus half a t square. What is initial velocity? The initial velocity of the body here is 0. Therefore, initial velocity is 0. Therefore, 0 plus half into when the body is left freely, the acceleration to gravity is g into t1 square. Therefore, half g t1 square is nothing but h. Now, what is h1? h1 is nothing but same ut plus half a t square formula. What is initial velocity? Here the body is left free. What is initial velocity? 0 plus half into g into, for how much time the body is left to fall? This body is left to fall only for time t2 seconds. In that t2 seconds, the body distance traveled by the body is h1. Therefore, h1 is nothing but t2 square. Now, what is h2? Now, the body was caught there and is again left freely. That means here again the initial velocity becomes 0. Therefore, h2 is nothing but 0 plus half g t3 square. Therefore, keep it here. Therefore, half g t1 square is equal to half g t2 square plus half g t3 square. Half g cancelled off. Therefore, t1 square minus t2 square is equal to t3 square. Therefore, what is t3? t3 is nothing but root of t1 square minus t2 square. This is the answer. The time taken by the body to move from this point to the ground is root of t1 square minus t2 square seconds. I think this is clear. See, simply they told, when I left a body, assume it is taking 2 seconds to reach the ground. Okay, now what they did, instead of leaving freely whole path, I left the body and in the middle of the building, somewhere at the building, they catch the body. They assume they catch the body at 0.5 seconds. Again from there they left the body freely. Now to reach the ground, what is the time taken? The time taken is not 1.5. The time taken will be a little bit different. That different time is root of t1 square minus t2 square. I think this is clear. Okay, now the same thing I will do in a small numerical values here. The body is left freely from a certain height h with initial velocity equal to 0. The time taken by the body to reach the ground is 5 seconds. The time taken by the body to reach the ground is 5 seconds. Now when the body is left freely, they catch the body at 3 seconds. They catch the body at 3 seconds. From here again they left the body to reach the ground. Now they told to find the time taken by the body here. See, total time is 5. The time the body is left freely is 3. Again they catch the body here and they left it again. Here the time is not 2 seconds. 3, this won't be 2. This t is not 2 seconds. You have to find the t. Now how can I find the t? By using this formula. For t is equal to root of 5 square minus 3 square. That is nothing but 25 minus 9 is nothing but root of 16. Therefore 4 seconds. That means the time taken by the body to reach from here to here is 3 seconds. When I catch the body here at point P, when I catch the body and when I left it freely from here to reach the ground, the body will take 4 seconds. Okay, now we'll see the next problem. Okay, now see it. The body is projected with a velocity u from the ground. The body is projected with a velocity u from the ground. Another body is left freely. Another body is left freely from a certain height h. One body is projected from a ground with a velocity u. Another body is left freely from certain height h. The initial velocity is 0. Both the bodies will move in this direction like this. Now first one they told to find the time of collision. Find the time of collision. Next one they told to find the time when their velocities will be same. When their velocities will be same. Now next one, they told to find the distance traveled by the body. They told to find the distance traveled by the body before they are colliding. Now fourth point, the ratio of the distance traveled by the body when their velocities are same. Read the question. Read the question carefully. Try to do it. When I see one body is left freely, another body is projected with the velocity u from the surface. Now, when it is left freely, it will come down, and when it is projected upwards, it will move up. Slowly, the bodies will move like this, and they will meet at some point. Now, what is the time of collision? First question. Second question. When it is coming down, the velocity gradually increases, and when it is moving up, the velocity gradually decreases. At some particular time, both the velocities will be same. They told to find that time. A third one, before collision, therefore see here. They assume the time taken collision for is 1 second. 1 second. Therefore, in 1 second this will travel, this is 100 meters and this will travel 200 meters. And 1 second, the distance traveled by the bodies won't be same, it will be different, 100 or 200. Therefore, they told to find the distances. Now, here, that there will be some time where the velocity will be same. In that time, what is the distance traveled by the body? They told to find the ratio. These are the 4 questions. Now see what I am doing. See here, find the time of collision. That means, what is the time of collision? When the bodies will be collide. The bodies will collide when the distance traveled by this body and when the distance traveled by the down body will be equal to sum of the distance traveled by the body equal to h. That means, see here, this is the height h, this is the body which is projected with the velocity u, and this is the body which is left freely. Now after some time t seconds, this body will be somewhere here and this body will be somewhere here. When both the bodies are at same point, then they are colliding. That means when they are colliding, the distance travelled by the first body, that is s1, and the distance travelled by the second body is s2. s1 plus s2 must be equal to this h. That is a condition. Will you guys accept it? At the time of contact, at the point of contact, the distance travelled by the top body and the distance travelled by the bottom body, the sum of the distance travelled must be equal to the height. Therefore, s1 plus s2 is equal to h. Now what is s1? What is the distance travelled by the first body? S is equal to ut plus half at square. What is initial velocity? Initial velocity is 0 plus half into, when the body is coming down, what is the acceleration? That is g. What is the time? The time taken is, I don't know, t. Therefore, t square. Now what is s2? s2 is nothing but, what is the distance travelled by the body? s2. s2 is equal to ut plus half minus gt square. Where because when the body is moving upwards, the acceleration due to gravity is negative. Therefore, ut minus half gt square. Now s1 plus s2 must be equal to h. Therefore, keep it half gt square plus ut minus half gt square is equal to h. Cancel off. Therefore, what is ut? Ut is equal to h. Therefore, what is the time? That is h by u. Therefore, the time taken by the bodies to collide is h by u. The time taken by the bodies to collide is h by u. This is the time. At this time, both the bodies will collide. Okay, well and good. Now we will see the next point. Okay. Find the time when the velocities will be same. That means when I left this body, initially the velocity is 0. As the body is coming down, the velocity gradually increases. And at certain time t, the velocity of the body is u is equal to u plus at. Therefore, the velocity of the body 1 is equal to what is initial velocity? 0. When the body is coming down, the acceleration due to gravity is g into t. Therefore, v1 is equal to gt. Okay, well and good. Now, what is the velocity of the second body? v2. The velocity of the second body is how much? How can I find this? vt is equal to u plus at. Therefore, initial velocity of the body is u. The acceleration, when the body is moving up, the acceleration is negative, that is minus g into t. Therefore, u minus gt, that is v2. Observe carefully, when the bodies will have same velocity, they told to find the time at which the bodies will have same velocity. That means when v1 is equal to v2, they have to find the time at which the v1 is equal to v2. Therefore, equate it. Therefore, gt is equal to u minus gt. Therefore, 2gt is equal to u. Therefore, time is equal to u by 2g. At this time, t is equal to u by 2g, the bodies will have the same velocity. That means the velocity of the body 1 is equal to the velocity of the body 2. Therefore, the time at which the velocities will be same is u by 2g. Simply I am equating the velocities. v1 is equal to v2, I got the time. That's all. Okay, next one. See third one. Now see carefully. Find the distance travelled by the body before they are colliding. Therefore, what is the time of collision? When the bodies will collide, we got the time as h by u. Do you remember this? At this time, both the bodies will collide. Now in this time, what is the distance travelled by the body? That is h1. What is s1? s1 is nothing but how much? Initial velocity is 0. Therefore, half g, what is the time? h by u whole square. Therefore, half g h square by u square. This is the distance traveled by the body, first body in time, this time. This is the time where the bodies will collide. That means this body will come down to a height and this body will move some certain distance. The distance traveled by the first body is S1 and the distance traveled by the second body is S2. S1 plus S2. S1 plus S2 must be equal to, what is the total height? That is H. Therefore, they told to find S1 and S2. S1 is how much? This much. Now, what is S2? Initial velocity is U. Therefore, U t plus half g t square. U into what is the time? That is H by U plus half into g. Now, it's not g, actually it is a. What is the acceleration when the body is moving up? That is minus g into t. What is t? That is H by U whole square. Therefore, U cancelled off. Therefore, what is this? H minus g by 2 h square by u square. S2 is the distance travelled this much. Or I can simply find S2 as S2 is equal to h minus S1. What is S1? H minus what is S1? That is half g h square by u square. I got the same answer. Okay, well and good. Now what they told to find the fourth one? They told to find the, what they told to find? The ratio of the distances travelled by the body when their velocities are same. When they, at what time the velocities are same? Now we got that V1 is equal to V2. When I equate that, what is equal to? 2gt is equal to u. If time is equal to u by 2g. At this time, both the velocities of the bodies are same. Now in this time, what is the distance travelled by the body 1? What is the distance travelled by the body 2? They told to find the ratio. They assume S1 is the distance travelled by the body 1. In this time, how much? Initial velocity is 0 plus half into g into what is the time? U by 2g whole square. Therefore, how much? Half into g into u square by 4g square. Therefore, g is cancelled off. What is the answer? U square by 8g. This much of distance is travelled by the body in the time t is equal to u by 2g. Okay, now what is the distance travelled by the body 2? What is initial velocity? Initial velocity is u. What is the time? Time is u by 2g plus half, what is acceleration? Minus g into what is the time? Time is u by 2g. Therefore, u by 2g whole square. Therefore, what is S2? S2 is nothing but u square by 2g minus g by 2 into u square by 4g square. For g cancelled off. What is the answer? U square by 2g minus u square by 8g. These are distance travelled. Therefore, find the value. How much? U square by 2g. Therefore, if I take LCM, 8g is LCM. 4u square minus u square, that is nothing but how much? 3 by 8 u square by g. Therefore, they told to find the ratio. What is the ratio? S1 is to S2 is equal to how much? U square by 8g is to, what is this? 3 by 8 u square by g. For 8g, u square cancel. What is the ratio? What the ratio is? 1 is to 3. That means in this time when the body 1 is travelling 100 meters, the body 2 will travel 200 meters. Sorry, 1 is to 3 ratio, right? Therefore 300 meters. This is the thing. That is the ratio. The distance travelled by the body, the ratio of the distance travelled by the body in a time t is equal to u by 2g, where this time is the time where the velocities of the bodies will be same. Okay, now we will see the next problem. Okay, we will see the same problem with some numericals. Now, h is 100 meters and u is 10 meters per second. Now see. Okay, it is not 10 meters per second. We will take it as 100 meters per second. Okay, now see here. One body is projected with a velocity 100 meters per second. Another body is left freely with the initial velocity 0 and the distance between the two bodies is 100 meters. Now, find the time of collision. Find the time of collision. When the bodies will collide, when the distance traveled by this body plus the distance traveled by this body must be equal to the 100 meters. Therefore, S1 plus S2 is equal to 100 meters, where S1 is the distance traveled by the first body, where S2 is the distance traveled by the body, second body. Therefore, what is it? S1 is nothing but ut plus half at square. Initial velocity is 0 for half. What is A? Acceleration is nothing but 10. What is the time? We don't know. Therefore, I am assuming it as t square. Therefore, what is S2? S2 is nothing but initial velocity is u. What is how much? Initial velocity u how much? 100. What is the time? T. Half minus half g. G is nothing but 10 t square. Therefore, add them. How much you will get? You will get 100 t is equal to 100. Therefore, time is equal to 1 second. That means in 1 second, both the bodies will collide. In 1 second, both the bodies will collide. In 1 second, the first body will come this much distance, and second body will come this much of distance, and they will meet at some point. That means they are colliding. The point time t is equal to 1 second, the bodies will collide. Okay, well and good. Now next one. Therefore, time of collision is 1 second. Now next one, find the time when the velocities will be same. That is v1 is equal to v2. What is velocity v1? That is g into t must be equal to what is the velocity v2? That is u minus gt. Therefore, 2gt is equal to u. Therefore, time is equal to u by 2g. Therefore, what is the time at which the velocities will be same? The time at which the velocities will be same is how much? What is velocity? What is initial velocity of the body? 2. That is 100 by 2 into g is 10. Therefore, 100 by how much? 20. That is nothing but 5 seconds. After 5 seconds, the velocity of the first body and the velocity of the second bodies will be same. Okay. 5 seconds. Therefore, answer is 5 seconds. Okay, next one. Find the distance traveled by the bodies before they are colliding. That means, what is the time of collision? Time of collision is 1 second. In this 1 second, what is the distance traveled by the first body S1? Half g t square. That is distance traveled by the body 1. U to e, because u is 0. Therefore, half into 10 into 1 square is 1. Therefore, 5 meters. In 1 second, distance traveled by the first body is 5 meters. And what is distance traveled by the second body? ut minus half g t square. Therefore, what is initial velocity? 100. 100 into what is the time? 1. Therefore, 100 minus half into g is 10 into what is the time? 1 second. Therefore, 100 minus 5. That is nothing but 95 meters. That means the first body will travel 95 meters and the second body will travel 5 meters. Total distance is 95 plus 5 is 100 meters. That means 5, 95. They will collide. They are colliding at time t is equal to 1 second. The distance traveled by the first body is 5 meters and the distance traveled by the second body is 95 meters. Okay. Now, fourth one. The ratio of the distance traveled by the body when the velocities are same. What is the time we got? We got time as u by 2g. That means we got as 5 seconds. At 5 seconds, the velocities of both the bodies will be same. Now they told to find the distance traveled by both, the ratio of the distances. Therefore, S1 is to S3, S2 is equal to, what is the ratio we got? 1 is to 3. That's all. Even if you keep the numericals, you will get the same. That is 1 is to 3. By this we complete the second question. Now we say third question. Okay, now see the third question. Observe carefully. Observe carefully. This is very important question. The body falls freely from a height h. The body falls freely from a certain height h. Okay. After t seconds, the acceleration stops acting on the body. After t seconds, the acceleration due to gravity will stop acting on the body. That means acceleration due to gravity after t seconds becomes 0. Now, they told to find. Now, find total time of descent. They told to find total time of descent. That means the total time to reach the ground. Now they told to find t. Now how to find t? Now observe carefully. What is the question? This is the ground and the body is left freely from a certain height h. Now initially the velocity of the body is 0. Now in some time t1 seconds, in some time t seconds, the body will travel from here to here. That means the distance of h dash. In time t seconds, the body travels a distance of h dash. From here, the acceleration due to gravity acting on the body will become 0. That means here the velocity is 0. The body is coming down and slowly the velocity gradually increases. The velocity here becomes v. Now when the acceleration in this region, the acceleration due to gravity is 0. The acceleration due to gravity is 0. When the acceleration is 0, that means the velocity will become constant. Means from here the body will fall with a uniform velocity. Everywhere the velocity will be v. The time taken to reach from here to here is some t dash. The time taken to move from here to here is t, and the time taken to move from here to ground is t dash. Now what is the total time? The total time is t plus t dash. Now I have to find this t dash. Now see what I am doing. If this is h dash, now what is this distance? This is h minus h dash. Will you guys accept that? If I assume this distance is h dash, from where the acceleration due to gravity will be stopping, from there to ground, the distance is h. Total h minus h dash. This is h minus h dash. That will give me this one. That is h minus h dash. Well and good. Now what is h dash? I am going to find h dash. What is h dash? What is the distance traveled by the body in time t seconds? It is ut plus half a t square. Therefore, initial velocity of the body here is 0 plus half into what is the acceleration due to gravity. When the body is falling down, the acceleration due to gravity is positive. Therefore, g, what is the time? They gave us t seconds. Therefore, h dash is how much? Half into g t square. Okay, well and good. Now, from here, the body is traveling with a uniform velocity. What is the velocity of the body here? With that velocity, the body will start falling down. That means I have to find this v. How can I find this v? V is equal to u plus at. Therefore, initial velocity of the body is 0 plus g into t. Therefore, the velocity of the body here is gt. From here, the acceleration is 0. That means everywhere the body will fall with the same uniform velocity is gt. Everywhere the velocity of the body will be same. Therefore, what is the time t dash? T dash is, what is the time t dash? The body is traveling with a uniform velocity. That means time is equal to, what is the time? Distance by velocity. What is the distance? H minus h dash by, what is the velocity? Velocity is gt. Can you understand this point? See, the body is moving with a uniform velocity v. Now distance traveled by the body is some d. The time taken is t. They told to find t. What is that? Velocity is equal to displacement by time. For time is nothing but distance by velocity. The same thing I am using. I can use this formula when the acceleration is 0. I can use this formula when the acceleration is 0. The same formula I am using it. Till here, from here the acceleration is 0. The distance traveled by the body is h minus h dash. And what is the velocity? With what velocity the body is moving down with what velocity? That is g into t. Therefore, time is, distance is h minus h dash by g into t. Therefore, what is t dash? T dash is equal to h by gt minus h dash by gt. What is h dash? That is, I can write as half gt square. Therefore, h by gt minus gg cancel off. 1t cancel off. What is the answer? T by 2. That is t dash. Now what they told to find? They told to find total time. That the total time is t plus t dash. Therefore, t plus h by gt minus t by 2. Therefore, what is the answer? The total time is t by 2 plus h by g. That is the answer. The total time of flight, the total time of descent, that means the time taken by the bird to reach the ground is T by 2 plus H by GT. Try to understand this. Okay, now we will solve the same problem by using some numerical. Then we will give you some clarity. Okay, now see, the body is falling freely from a height 100 meters. The body is falling freely from a height 100 meters. Now they told to find after 2 seconds, the acceleration stops acting. Now find the total time of descent. Now what I can do? First of all, I have to find the what is height? They gave 100 meters. Well and good. Now after 2 seconds, that means in 2 seconds the body will travel some height. How much? H dash. That is the time is 2 seconds. The body will travel some distance, that is H dash. Now what is the time taken? The time taken is 2 seconds. Now here what is the velocity? Here the velocity is nothing but g into t. That is nothing but 10 into 2. That is 20 meters per second. 20 meters per second. Now what is the distance traveled by the body in 2 seconds? That is h dash. H dash is half gt square. It is half into g is how much? 10 into t is how much? 2. 2 square is 4. 2 ones 2 2s. That means 20 meters. That means in 2 seconds the body will travel how much? 20 meters. Now what is how much remaining? The remaining is 100 minus 20 is 80 meters. This 80 meters will be traveled with a uniform velocity because in this region the acceleration is 0. That means with what velocity the body reaches here, the velocity of the body is 20 meters per second. From here the body will travel with the same velocity as 20 meters per second. So what is the time taken? The time taken is t. Therefore what is the time? The time taken is t dash. Therefore what is the time? T dash is nothing but what is the distance? 80 meters. By what is the time? What is the velocity of the body? The velocity of the body is 20. Therefore the time taken is 4 seconds. That means the body will take to move from here to here is 4 seconds. And the body took to move from here to here is 2 seconds. Now what they told to find? The total time. They told to find the total time. The total time is 2 seconds plus 4 seconds. That means how much? 6 seconds. The total time is 6 seconds. If there is no, if the whole body, the acceleration is there. Now what is the time taken? What is the time? I can find the time by formula 2h by g. Remember this. For 2 into what is h? 100 meters by g is 10. Therefore root of 20. That is nothing but 5 fours. 5 into 4. That is nothing but 2 root 5. 2 root 5. Now what is the value of root 5? The value of root 5 is 2 point something. 2 point something means 2 point, we can assume 2.4. 2.4 into is 4.8. That means nearly 5 seconds. Nearly, not exactly, nearly 5 seconds. That means within 5 seconds the body will fall down if there is acceleration everywhere. But from here to here the acceleration is 0. That means from to here the body will come with a uniform velocity. Therefore it will take some little bit more time. Therefore the total time is 6 seconds in this case. But in this case, normal case, it will take only just 5 seconds. That means in this case 1 second extra. I think this is clear. Okay, now we will see the concept of a vertically projected body from a tower. Now we will see it. And this is very important. Observe carefully and please make the note properly. Please write the notes properly. Now see. Vertically projected body from a tower. Now see this. Observe carefully this one. Observe carefully. This is the surface of the earth and this is the tower. And the height of the tower is h. Observe carefully. The height of the tower is h. Well and good. Now you are standing here and you are projecting the body with a velocity u. You are projecting the body with a velocity u from the top of the tower. When you project the body with a velocity u, what is the maximum height reached by the body? The maximum height reached by the body from here is some h dash. Here the velocity of the body becomes 0. Here the velocity of the body becomes 0. Therefore, the maximum height reached by the body from the tower is h dash. What is h dash? You already know that. What is h dash? H dash is how much? What is the formula for h dash? Already you know what is it? U square by 2g. The maximum height reached by the body when I throw a body with a velocity u is nothing but u square by 2g. Therefore, this h dash I got, and this h already they gave. Now, what is the height traveled by the body? Height traveled by the body, the h max from the tower. From the tower, what is the maximum traveled by the body from the tower? That is only h dash. That is simply h dash. That is nothing but u square by 2g. If they told to find the maximum height traveled by the body from the tower is, that is nothing but h dash. That is u square by 2g. Now, if they told to find the height maximum traveled by the body from the ground. From the ground. If they told to from the ground, what is the from the ground? What is the maximum height traveled by the body? H plus h dash. Therefore, it is nothing but h plus h dash. Please be careful. They will ask the questions differently. Please understand what they ask and then you answer the question. Okay, now you got the height maximum height traveled. Well done, good. Now, what is the time taken? What is the time taken? First one, to reach the tower again. To reach the tower again. Or what is the time taken? To reach the ground. This is important. That is important. Now see here. Now what is the time taken by the body to reach the tower again? I am standing on the tower and I am throwing the body up and I will catch the body again. What is the time taken? That is nothing but time of flight. What is it? First case. In first case, the time taken by the body to reach the tower again. That means to reach the tower means like this. Till here. The time taken by the body to move up again to come back to the same height of the tower. What is the time taken? That is nothing but already we know that. What is the time of flight? That is 2u by g. Okay, well done, good. Now, second case, this is important case. Observe carefully. To reach the ground. What is the time taken by the body to reach the ground? That means here. What is the time taken by the body? Now observe carefully. I can do this one in two ways. Now see this. What is the time taken by the body to move from here again to come back? That is t dash. Assume t dash. Therefore t dash is how much? Already we know that is 2u by g. Okay. Now I am projecting the body with velocity u. Now when the body is crossing this level, what is the velocity? With what velocity this body will cross this point? That is with the velocity u. Will you accept that? If I am projecting the body with a velocity upwards, the body will cross this reference line with a velocity u. That means, what is the time taken to reach from this level to ground? That is t double dash. Now how can you find that t double dash? S is equal to ut plus half a t square. Now what is h? H is nothing by s is nothing. What is the displacement traveled by the body? That is h plus is equal to, what is the initial velocity? Initial velocity is u. Initial velocity is u into t plus half into, what is the acceleration to gravity when the body is coming down? That is g t square. Now from here you can find this t double dash. Now the total time of flight is t dash plus t double dash. Okay, this is one method, but this is a very complicated method. I have to find two differently. Now see here, other method is there. Now if I assume this is a reference line, always the reference line will be taken as the origin, that means 0. Now from here the upward displacement is positive, and again from here this one is above the reference line, therefore this will also be positive. But this displacement is how much? This displacement is negative. See, this is the origin This is the origin. Now, if I assume this whole side is positive, now the body is some certain height 10 meters. I will write as positive 10. If the body is some area, I will write as positive 5 meters. But if the body is this side of the origin, this side of the reference, then I will write as minus 2 meters. I will write as minus 5 meters. This minus denotes me opposite direction. This is a displacement. Displacement is a vector quantity. Now we are using this equation, right? S is equal to ut plus half at square, where s is a displacement. There is not a distance. Be careful. Displacement is a vector quantity. Now see here. What is the net displacement? Net displacement. What is the net displacement? This initial position. This initial position. What is the final position of the body? The final position of the body is this one. Upward is in positive, downwards it is negative. What is net displacement? The initial position, final position. Therefore, what is net displacement? Net displacement is h, but it is negative. Therefore, net displacement is minus h. Now, what is the initial velocity? Initial velocity is how much? The body is initially thrown up with a velocity u, upwards. That means positive u. Now, what is the acceleration due to gravity? What is initial acceleration? Always you have to take the initial acceleration due to gravity. What is initial acceleration due to gravity? Initially, the body is moving up. When the body is moving up, the acceleration due to gravity is negative. Therefore, initial acceleration due to gravity is negative, that is minus g. Now use the equation s is equal to ut plus half at square. Now, what is s? S is nothing but net displacement. It is how much? Minus h is equal to what is u? Initially is project upwards, therefore u into t plus half into what is acceleration to gravity, that is minus g into t square. Therefore h is equal to, I am sending this minus outside, half gt square minus ut. This is the equation finally I got for a body which is projected from a tower. The net displacement is the initial position of the body. Finally, what the body is coming to the ground. Now, if I assume this is a reference line, from this reference line, upward displacement is positive and downward displacement is negative. Therefore, I got net displacement as minus h. Initially, the body is projected upwards. Therefore, it is positive u. Now, initially, when the body is moving up, when the body is moving, what is the acceleration? That is negative minus g. Now, keeping this equation, you look at the final equation as h is equal to half gt square minus ut. Now, if I solve this equation, I will get two times. That is t1 and t2. One time you will get as negative and one time you will get as positive. Negative time you should not take. Time can't be negative. Therefore, answer is t2, which is positive value. Therefore, the time taken by the body to reach from here to ground is t2. That means like this. The total time is t2. I think this is clear. Okay. Remaining concept we will see tomorrow. Next video we will see the remaining concept and we will see the remaining problems. There are many problems on this concept. Vertically projected from a body from a tower. Many concepts are there. The stone falling from a balloon which is going upside. The body is falling down and another body is moving upwards. Another body is thrown from a tower from a height h. Like these are tricky questions are there. All these tricky questions and remaining concept we will see in next video. And if you guys have any doubt, it may be from 9th class, it may be from 12th class, please mention in a mail. Within 24 hours the doubts will be clarified. Thank you.